What's going on, y'all? My name is Tyler the Authentic, tapping in from Palm Coast, Florida, and I'm checked in with the industry's most wanted.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Where are we at?
Industries.
Let's go.
Hey.
Wanted.
Big Industries most wanted, not the little one. Listen, I have a superstar barber checking in today.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, Tyler the Authentic checking in from the Palm Coast area of Florida. What's going on, family? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing good. Listen, thank you for being here. He came through with the good energy, positive vibes. That is what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Even on a rainy day.
Even on a rainy day. It's a little cold out today.
It is a little cold, a little rainy, but guess what? We bringing all the sunshine. We bringing all the heat.
You know, we shining in here.
Absolutely. Well, give us an introduction, of who you are, what you do, where you're from.
All right. Well, my name is Tyler. I go by Tyler the Authentic. I'm a barber. I've been cutting hair about going on 5 years now. I'm self-taught. Been doing it since high school. I'm 19 years old. I just moved straight out from Massachusetts down to Florida. I'm tapping in with the industry's most wanted. Here I am today.
That's what I was talking about. Listen, I absolutely commend you. You're 19.
Thank you.
Wow. You're younger than my son. But it's funny because you kind of remind me of my son a little bit because he was very ambitious like you. As soon as he got out of high school, he went to the military. Now he's in college. Sounds like you are absolutely on the same plane, just, hey, I'm very ambitious. So let's take back a little bit. I want people to understand your journey. Growing up in Fall River, Massachusetts.
Yes.
What was that like for you?
It was cool. You know what I'm saying? It's a very ghetto area. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of good people out there. You know what I mean? I met a lot of good people that helped me grow in the industry, kind of put my foot in the door to get me where I'm at today.
Got you. Anything in hindsight, looking back, if you could change it about coming up there, would you, or would you leave it the way it was?
What, from living there?
Yeah.
Probably not, because I feel like if I didn't live there and if I didn't live there during the time that I was there for,
yes,
I wouldn't be where I'm at today. You know what I mean? My business wouldn't be where it's at today if I didn't know the ropes of where it started.
Makes perfect sense. Absolutely. So you're a licensed barber.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's dive in on that a little bit because there may be a lot of people who don't understand how you become a licensed barber, right?
Yeah.
You're self-taught, but you actually went to school to get your license. Am I understanding that correctly?
So I did not go to school.
Okay.
I never went to school to be a barber. I kind of went behind the ropes a little bit, but I never went to school, but usually you do have to go to school. It's usually 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
You got to take a written test, a hands-on test. You got to learn all the bacterias, all the, skin conditions and everything, which I did learn, even though not going to school. I had to make sure I was good.
Sure.
But, it's a process and it takes a pretty long time.
I would imagine so. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of things that we can do that we can definitely be self-taught at. Mm-hmm. Like with this journalism, I've been a whole FM radio personality and I've never been to school for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
for
awesome.
Broadcasting or anything. I was literally self-taught. I think some people just have the knack for it, as they say.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Why barbering for you?
It kind of just fell in my lap. So personally, I feel like I got a lot of ADHD. You know what I mean? And cutting hair kind of just calms that down for me. And I'm able to just, relate with people, talk to people. I don't work. I do what I love. So I'm able to just kind of speak with people, maybe give them a positive attitude on life. I got people coming in my chair telling me they're getting a divorce, and I got people coming in my chair telling me they just got a new job. So I kind of got to deal with that all day, and it's awesome.
You're slick like a therapist.
Yeah, a little bit.
Come have a seat in my chair and let's talk about this. And while we're talking about it, I'm going to cut your hair. No, I love that because I remember before I moved here, I was going to the same guy who was cutting my hair forever. And he slick we became great friends because I feel like I can't wait to go get my hair cut so I can tell him about this, that, or the third. And I'm sure you've had these loyal clients as well. Who was the first person that you ever cut their hair?
The first person I ever cut their hair, I'm not gonna lie, is my dad.
How did that go?
Shout out to Pops.
Shout out to Pops.
So the first time I cut his hair, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely messed it up. But once again, shout out to my dad. He trusted me. He trusted the vision. He let me do my thing, and he's the reason I'm at where I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like he trusted me. You know.
Who better to start with than pops? You know, our parents are always going to let us do stuff like that. What type of haircut was he getting? Just like faded up?
Yeah. So my dad's like a little old dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, no disrespect, Dad. I know you're probably gonna be watching this, but it used to be like a 0.5 faded up. Now I got him back to the skin fade. So
Got you.
Now he getting the grays. He gotta get him out of there.
I know that's right.
But it was a 0.5 faded up, and then I was like, Dad, let me give you a skin fade.
Yeah.
And I started getting better, and I fell in love with it.
Does he live in Massachusetts now?
He does.
How is that for you? You know, listen, you're still young. You took that step out on faith. You moved quite the distance. How is it not being around your family as often as you were?
It's definitely a challenge at times, you know, like, especially like you said, being young, like I'm still 19, like
Sure.
I can't even go to a bar,
Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? So without my parents, like without being with my mom and dad, it could definitely be tough at times.
Yeah.
But I'm still grateful enough to where I see them every couple months or so, and I'm able to spend time with them, and you know, that relationship don't ever change. And
Absolutely.
everything like that.
Were you 18 or 19 when you moved to Florida?
I was 18 when I found out I was going to be moving. I was 19 when I moved.
Got you.
So I was preparing when I was 18.
That's a good time to get out into the world and move around.
Definitely.
Ironically, my son was 19 when he left to go to the military. So I think that's a good time, you know, break away from the fam a little bit, you know.
Absolutely.
But like you said, you can get back home to visit them. Do you have family in Florida?
So the only person that is here with me now is my brother. My brother moved in with me.
Okay.
So my brother and I shared a house. But other than that, I don't have family out here. It's just more like friends that are like family.
Sure.
But no blood related family at all.
I got you. What made you decide Florida was where you wanted to go?
So when I was younger, I lived in Florida for about 3 years with my parents.
Oh, okay.
And I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And then I moved back to Massachusetts for high school. Went to high school. Hated it. Hated the city. And I just, you know, I wanted better for myself. And I was grateful enough to get the opportunity. And here I am.
Florida's a vibe. And I'm not saying that because I'm from there, but Florida is a vibe. Like you said, you know, Miami and of course Tampa, Tallahassee, there's some great, Orlando, there's some great cities in Florida. Do you feel like that moving in Florida enhanced your career?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was just telling my friend that's actually here with me now that my clientele, obviously it's still growing. I've only been here for about 7 months in Florida. But my clientele is maybe 30% of what it was in Massachusetts. Like I had a big clientele out there.
Yeah.
And I'm making more money here with 30% of the clientele than I've ever had.
He balling.
I want to say balling, but I'm trying.
No, that's really, really dope. Exactly. And that's the other thing too, depending on the region or the market you're in, you have to adjust your pricing.
Absolutely.
When I moved here, I had to significantly lower my prices because I was telling you earlier, everybody's here is doing it.
Yep.
Where back in Florida, I can go home and charge a little bit more. Same thing with you, you know, so it is definitely the market you're in, the region you're in, you know, you have to base it upon that. Going to Florida again, you know, do you feel like on a personal level, mental level, that kind of like uplifted your spirits as well?
Absolutely. I'm not good with gray skies. You know what I mean? Like I'm not good with rainy areas, ghetto areas. Like I need to be around positivity to bring out my positivity, you know?
Yes.
I think I have a very positive attitude and a positive personality. Thank you. And I need to be surrounded by that to continue to keep that going.
Got you.
So moving to Florida, the shop I'm at, the people I work with, you know, the sunny skies and just the area I'm in, it definitely brings out the best of me.
It really does. It brings out the best in everybody because one thing I enjoy doing in my off time is I like to hike or I hit the trails and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Hey man, when I'm out there and it's a beautiful sunny day, everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's like, good morning. Hey, how you doing?
Facts.
Florida gives that vibe a lot because it be sunny out there, right?
Facts.
We do get them hurricanes, but it don't last all year, you know?
Yeah.
The particular area that you moved to, is that the area that you resided when you were there with your parents?
It was. So I was there for a couple years with my parents when I was younger. It was not as developed as it is now.
Sure.
Though. Like right now, we are expanding like crazy. I think there's 120,000 people in the city.
That's great.
Which when I first moved there, I think it was like 80,000 as a kid. So it's
Wow.
definitely expanding a lot, definitely growing a lot, which is good for the business and, you know, just area in general.
Absolutely. Well, let me ask you this. Being that you had, like you said, an established barber back home in Massachusetts, you went to Florida starting fresh from scratch, basically.
Literally.
What were some of the things that you did to help bring in some clientele?
So I definitely am not shy to put myself out there. You know
That's
what
good.
I mean? Like I'm my own person. I am who I am. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna just be me and do me. So a lot of the things I did was one through social media. Obviously, I have a good following on social media, so that kind of gets me out there a little bit.
That's how we met.
Amen, right? And social media is a great market. But even just like little things that people don't really think about, like if anywhere I go, I leave business cards. Like if I'm in shopping for clothes, like let's just say at a TJ Maxx, I'm putting business cards in pockets of pants, pockets of shirts.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Hopefully they don't wash it first and not realize it's in there. Like, damn it.
No, yeah, facts. But literally, I'll go up to anybody and I'll just have a conversation with them, kind of get to know them as a person, just let them know, like, yeah, I'm a barber. You need somebody, here I am. You know?
Do you target people that look like they need a haircut?
So that's actually funny you say that, because I've actually had people be like, wow, you think I need a haircut?
Exactly.
And maybe my approach should be a little different now, you know? But no, I wouldn't say I target people. Just like, yo, if like, I don't know, like if you got hair, like I'm coming at you.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Don't take it personal. He thinks you have a great look and he wants to enhance a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
You're gonna look the best if you come mess with me, just saying.
And listen, I feel like for men and for women as well, but I feel like I hear men talk about it all the time. One of the most important decisions they make in their life is choosing a good barber.
100%. 100%. It's a man's makeup, you know?
It is, because I follow a couple of these influencer barbers because I'm so intrigued. A man will come in and look like he's 60 and he'll walk out looking 30. I'm like, damn, what? Just off of a cut and a beard trim.
Yeah, no, it's crazy what the clippers can do. It literally can just change somebody's whole look.
100%. Well, let's dive into that just a little bit. Do you work on all types and textures of hair?
Everything, anything you could imagine.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So it could be black, white, curly, straight, whatever it may be.
Anything.
Was that difficult for you to learn that?
In the beginning, it definitely was. I was not the greatest when I started, you know, and that's kind of where a lot of barbers kind of fail. Like they kind of get down on themselves. They kind of bring themselves down because like they're not seeing progress, but you kind of got to just stick it through and continue to learn, continue to grow. And then it'll come on to you during due time. You
Understood.
know what I mean? But you know, once you get it, it's like I could do it with my eyes closed.
There you go.
You know?
I feel like that's what separates you. Because like the guy that used to cut my hair, he was a white dude, but he literally had men, women, all races, all ethnicities. That's because awesome. He's like, it became to like, hair is hair for me now, you know? And he kept up with his, you know, that he went to the shows and all that stuff. Seen the latest and greatest. Yeah, let's talk about that. So is that something, you know, if they have like I don't know what they are called, but like a barbering event show,
like an expo type
like an expo, is that stuff that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I love it. So I actually went to a couple of them. I was cutting at one of them actually. It's the biggest barber expo in the world.
Let's talk about that. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's called Connecticut Barber Expo. We hold it usually in the Mohegan Sun.
Okay.
Shout out Jay Majors. Jay Majors hosts it.
Where is that at?
It's in Connecticut.
It's in Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut. Okay. It's Connecticut Barber Expo, Mohegan Sun. It's a casino, huge casino, beautiful area, great time. And you know, the biggest barbers in the industry go over there. Like, you ever heard of Vic Bland's?
He's one of the ones that I follow.
Yeah, see Vic Bland's, Nito, the guy who does the braids and everything.
Yeah.
All of them go over there, man. And it's a great time. You kind of connect, you network, you kind of grow your business. That's how I started my product line, was over there. Met a private label, grew with them. And then kind of here I am.
That is amazing. Going to things like that, no matter what business you're in, I think is so important because you're connecting with other people who are in the industry, but you also may meet new people. You never know, you might meet someone who becomes your next big client.
Absolutely.
Have they had anything like that down in Florida for you to be able to attend?
So not since I moved. I moved right after the big Florida Expo. So it's Orlando's premiere. Okay. They do it. It's both men and women. Barber industry, hair industry, anything that has to do with it. And it's not, I want to say it's as big as the Connecticut Barber Expo. From what I've heard, I haven't been there myself. But it is a very big show. So I'll be there in May, and I'm looking forward to going there and kind of doing my thing over
Absolutely. There. How long of a drive is that for you to Orlando from where you're at?
Only an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
So one thing about Florida, you can kind of get everywhere. I guess if you live in Miami, you're driving to Pensacola, it's a long drive. But for the most part, 4-ish hours or less for most places, depending on where you're going. But attending those type of events, does it help you kind of keep up with the latest and greatest hairstyles or what people want? Because I know some stuff remains the same, but there might be some new trendy stuff that people want.
Absolutely. So they have, especially at the Connecticut Barber Expo, they have classes. So they do a little bit of everything. It's not only like hair cutting classes, but it's also business classes, right? How to raise your prices, when to raise your prices, when is the time going to be right, how to gain the correct clientele, because that all comes into a business. These people are paying our bills. So how are we going to network ourselves enough to go and, make that top dollar? So they do have shows and they do have techniques and different styles and, shear cutting, clipper cutting, lineups, everything just to help you grow.
That is amazing. And that's a great point with the business side, because it's a fine line between not undercutting, no pun intended, because he's cutting hair, not undercutting yourself, but also not overcharging the clients where like, man, he's great, but I can't afford it.
Yes.
So you got to find that perfect balance.
And that's tough, especially a lot of the time, because personally, I'm very like, my my coworkers be telling me all the time, like, yo, you can't charge them that little, you know what I'm saying? Because I be feeling bad sometimes. Like, it takes me 10 minutes. I'm not trying to charge you $50, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, you kind of have to know your worth and you got to know your skill level. Like, you're not only paying for the haircut, you're paying for the years of experience and time and effort and those shows that I go to. Like, I'm learning that knowledge for you to put on your head, you know what I'm saying, to make you look the best you can be.
That is facts. I'm so glad you said that, because a lot of people don't understand that. They're not just paying for the right now immediate cut. Like you said, all the years that you've put into this to learn, and it costs you money to buy supplies. I'm sure it costs you money to even rent that chair in the spot that you're in. You know what I'm saying?
Every week.
So it's like, it costs you money and people are like, well, why do you listen? If they knew all the expenses that go behind it, then they may appreciate it and understand. But I feel like a lot of people who are not business owners don't understand that.
I agree.
They feel like that you're an employee of that barbershop and they're paying you to be there. That's not the case.
No, not at all.
You're self-contracted, right?
100%. 100%. And like you said, we do have to pay a weekly chair rent. We do have to pay, the owner of the barbershop every single week. And it's not a pretty penny.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And those supplies do get expensive. I have $400 clippers sitting on my desk right now.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of haircuts right there. You know what I mean? That's about a day's worth of work. And that is definitely not cheap.
Not to mention, you still got to live and pay your bills, your rent, and your car note, and whatever else it is. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Groceries. Eggs are $10 a dozen.
I know. It gets crazy now.
It's crazy, but most definitely. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like right now in 2025, no matter where people are at with their barbering skill, do you think it's better for them to work out of an established shop or look to starting their own?
I think it kind of depends on where you're at in the game, right? So, like, if I were still in Massachusetts, let's just put it as a hypothetical situation. If I was in Massachusetts and I still had the clientele that I had while I was there, 100% I would have had my shop by now. Like, I would have had the clientele. I would have put the experience and the time in. Now that I'm here in Florida right now, building my clientele, I don't have that yet. That my best option is to be in a shop and to grow and to take those new clients, because once I build the new clients, and build the clientele, then I'll be able to open up the barbershop. I think it kind of has to go with the right timing, Got you. In the area that you're in, do you feel like there's room for that? Because you said the city's grown quite a bit, but it's still not super populated. So do you feel like there's still room for more barbershops to pop up out there? Absolutely. Yeah. I think, I tell everybody there's never room for it,
Yeah.
And I think barbershop is something that's always going to need to be around. You're always going to need a barber.
That's facts. That's something AI can't do. I don't want no robot touching my head. There are certain things that a human being absolutely has to be present for, and cutting your hair is one of them.
Absolutely.
100%. Do you cut your own hair?
I do.
You do?
So I do and I don't. So usually, so I just cut the sides. I'll line up around the ear, and then I'll have somebody else in the shop do the back, because I'm not trying to stand back there with a mirror. Yeah, just kind of trying to fix some angles, and then it's like, damn, I can't get this dark spot out,
I don't blame you. If I was in your position, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, no.
Definitely.
For sure.
Was it difficult for you to find a barbershop home moving to a new city?
So, yeah, that was the one thing I was mainly concerned about. So when I moved out here, so I'm going to give you a little backstory. So when I initially found out, or got the opportunity, I should say, to move to Florida, I probably had like $1,000 to my name, right? And moving across the country, that takes a lot of money, not just $1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Very expensive.
And I had 3 months to do what I needed to do, and I did. And I locked in and I grinded, and I came out here living off my savings. I had a little studio in my house, so if you go up right from my garage, I put up it's a wall with drywall, painted the walls, redid the floors, and I made it like a barber suite. That's how I started. I started putting myself, like the little Facebook groups, marketing myself,
Sure.
and I had people come in. And I want to say within 2 weeks of me being in Florida, the owner of the shop that I'm at now had hit me up and was like, hey, man, I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about you. I've been wanting you to come in and, see if we have a chair open up and, come work with us. And I did, and I love it, and I wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look at God.
Amen.
Look at God. I'm
Amen.
a believer. It's like if you're out here really doing the right things, God's going to handle the rest for you.
I agree.
You just show up every day and you're a good person. You work hard. God's going to handle the rest.
Absolutely.
You're a walking testimony of that.
Amen.
You're real. Amen. You're very spiritual, I take it.
100%.
Absolutely.
Christ is my king,
Christ is mine too.
Amen.
Absolutely. I love that for you.
Thank
Definitely. 100%. Has your family been down yet?
Yeah, so my family's actually here right now.
Oh, okay.
My dad was just here for Bike Week.
Okay.
Yeah, we were turning up over there. It was fun.
That's dope. That's another dope thing about Florida.
Yeah, no, it's dope. Bike Week's a fun time. And then my mom's out here right now. My dad just went back today, and my mom's going to be here till about, I think, Thursday.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so I'm going to be able to spend some time with her and kind of chill with my mom and just vibe out,
I love it. I love it. You and your mom have a great relationship?
I love my mom.
I could
It's
tell.
My best friend.
Moms are great. Dads are great too, but
shout
I'm a
out Mom
mom,
and Dad.
Yeah, absolutely. You just have one sibling, just your brother, or you have other siblings?
So I have two. I have 2 older brothers. I'm the youngest of the family. I have a 30-year-old brother, and my other one is 23.
Okay. It's a nice little age gap,
not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. They're cool.
Mom and Dad did a good job.
Yeah.
Y'all did a
Props to them.
phenomenal job. He is such a polite, respectable, hardworking young man.
Thank you.
Y'all did a phenomenal job. And, I give you credit as well because parents could do a great job, but it's really up to the child on which way they're going to go. So I definitely respect that.
Thank you. I appreciate that
Absolutely.
a lot.
I know you have your own product line.
I do.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
This
Thank
guy's
you
out here working, you guys.
I'm trying.
He's not trying. He's doing.
Thank you.
What is the name of your product line and what all products do you have?
So it goes based off of my barber name. So to say, like, you always hear these barbers saying, like, let's just say if my name was Tyler the Barber, Tyler Cuts, you know what I'm saying? I want to be different. What's going to make me stand out? So I did Tyler the Authentic.
Yes.
Like, it's original. It's different. So that is my product name, Authentic. So you have authentic hair care. It's all original. It's all, different from other products. You know what I mean? All of my ingredients are organic. Not bad for your hair. It's not going to ruin your hair. No alcohol. So I have 2 products right now. I'm working on making my 3rd. I have a texture powder.
Okay.
And then I have a clay. And the clay is like a texturizing clay. It's a good hold, strong hold, and the texturizing powder. That's what all these young kids use.
Yes, to do all the messy hair. Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. That's the worst haircut I hate. I love y'all. I love my clients, but I hate doing that haircut.
Y'all don't come in here requesting the messy haircuts. No, I'm just playing.
I call it a broccoli cut.
That is hilarious. I love it, the broccoli cut.
The broccoli cut.
But that's good, though, that you peep game to, okay, this is what a lot of people are wanting. Let me build and create products based around that. Even though you're not a big fan of those type of haircuts, it's still a business for you.
Absolutely. And it's definitely something that grows. I literally just sold out of my texture powder, actually, and I think it took me 2 weeks to sell out of it. And I had probably 20 units of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's definitely a market for it. And especially with these young kids, like in these haircuts, like that's the style right now. Like, back in the day, used to be some gel, slick your hair back. Now it's that texture powder. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves it.
That stuff works too.
It does.
Like it
does.
Puts your hair where it needs to be and it stays there without making it cakey or whatever per se, like some of them gels can do, or crunchy.
Yeah, I hate that. And it's an easy apply. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta wash your hands after because you got all that gel on after. It holds your hair all day. It's great.
What is the most requested haircut that you get? Is it that messy type, and is there a name for it per se?
So I think it goes off of age, right? So that messy haircut, when people come in and ask for it, they usually say a texture fringe.
Texture fringe.
Yeah,
okay.
So you got to texture the hair, you got to cut it, you got to make it fringe up. You know what I'm saying? You got to make that style to it.
Right.
And it's definitely different. You know what I'm saying? But I think it also goes on age gap, like I'd say probably from like, young, like 10 years old, the 20, you probably got that textured fringe, and then you got kind of, people who do the buzz cuts, and then you got the comb overs, you got the slick back. You kind of got a little bit of everything, but I think the most requested haircut is probably like a taper fade.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nice little temp on the sides and the back, clean it all up.
Because it's classic. You can't go wrong with it.
Nah, I love that haircut.
It looks good. And again, these barbers, including yourself, can work magic. Because I see some, like I said, I follow a couple of the influencer barbers like Vic Blends on one of them. He does the pretty basic haircuts, but there are some of them who do like the blowout tapers and the texture fringe and stuff. Some of these guys be a little thin on top. When they walk out, they look like they got a head full of hair because they kind of push it forward and stuff like that. You guys are in there creating magic.
Yeah, we try. It's hard sometimes, especially with like you said, if you're going thin on top, you got a receding hairline. We kind of got to figure our stuff out to, not hide that, but like mask that.
Sure.
And it comes down to technique. It comes down to shear work. You see a lot of these barbers painting the hair on. I don't like to do that.
I don't like that either.
Nah, I like that natural look. You know what I'm saying? I can't be out here faking my haircuts. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'll add a little spray if they want it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But I like that natural look. So what am I going to do to go put myself out there to learn more and to grow and kind of change the style of the haircut?
Absolutely. And listen, I feel like, honestly, it seems like it's younger and younger and younger that men are thinning on top. I don't know if it's the water, and I'm not being funny, but like a lot of this water, like at home, has chlorine and stuff. I know that it definitely has affected my hair since I've grown it longer because all the chemicals that are in the water.
Absolutely.
Fellas, don't be ashamed. Just listen, I love me a good bald head. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I gotta say something real quick. Listen, fellas, if y'all are thinning on top, do not be afraid to send it, because it's just gonna look worse if you're thinning. I gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? Just send it when it's time. I'll tell you when it's time too.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Yeah, it's time. You just gotta accept it at that point and move on.
Yes, if you're receding back to, hold on, let me get on it. If you're receding back to the middle of your head, or it's like that huge spot in the top, just let it go.
Oh, please.
And there's nothing to be ashamed about, because I think genetics plays probably a lot in that as well.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with a bald head. You know what I'm saying? You still got a beard. You could get that shit laced up, whatever you need.
That is facts, because listen, I am not even going to front. The older I get, the thinner my hair gets, because when women get into their 40s, their hormones start changing, your hair falls out, it thins. It's a natural part of life. So shout out to the bald-headed fellas out there. Like you said, you get a nice beard popping. Yeah,
I got some good beard services. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's talk about that. That was going to ask you that as well. Is that also something for men who do come in and see you that have a beard? Do they request for you to kind of shape them up on the beard as well?
Yeah, so when you book with me, I have 3 different options to do your beard. So like you can get your regular, haircut and beard, some little hot lather, and nice little shape up. So I like to do different services. So what I could do, I have a facial steamer. You ever see like those facial steamers that estheticians use?
Yeah.
I have one of those, and what I do is I provide different services. So one of them, just like I said, regular haircut and beard. The second one is a haircut, beard, facial steamer. You can use facial steamer, just a nice little refresher. My top service that I have, it's a haircut, beard, facial steamer. You get essential oils with the facial steamer, so you can get that nice smell. I have peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree oil, a bunch of different ones.
Love it.
You get a hot towel, you get hot lather, you obviously straight razor, and you get a facial massage with that. And what it does is just kind of, you're able to relax. As a man, you get a lot of stress on you, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you got kids. I know them kids sometimes be running up the household. But, it's tough being a man sometimes. And when you come in my chair, I want you to be able to experience, peace, you know what I'm saying? Sure. Good conversation, just relax, kind of forget about all the other bullshit on the side, you know?
It's like a little getaway for them.
Literally.
And I love that, because fellas, you got to take care of your skin the same way a man does.
Absolutely.
Getting them facials and cleaning out your pores, that stuff is important, because them pores be getting clogged up. It'd be looking a hot mess on your face.
Absolutely.
And I feel like a lot of men sadly neglect that. Mm-hmm. They don't even moisturize,
Yep.
Your skin is your skin is your skin. Whether you're a man or a woman, you got to take care of it.
Amen.
Not to mention, like you said, them essential oils and stuff. It just the aroma smells good. Like I use tea tree oil a lot because it's good for a lot of like skin conditions, this, that, and the third. Listen, I love that you offer all them services. Are a lot of men taking advantage of it?
Absolutely. I've been starting to see a lot more people book that top service, especially after having it one time. So kind of like a little marketing technique that I use. If it's your first time in my chair and you're getting a haircut and beard, you just book a regular haircut and beard, I'm going to give you the top service on me, because I want you to experience it. As a man, you need to be able to, like I said, like step back and kind of relax. So if I'm able to provide that for you and you can experience that, and they kind of do, every person that I've done it for so far, besides maybe like one or two, I'm just going to say, has continued to book with that service because of how good they feel afterwards, how good their skin feels, and even just like their mental, you know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a growing service.
Absolutely.
Sure.
That's why, estheticians are so popular, because women love going to get that done. It's almost like going to get a good massage. You just feel amazing afterwards. You feel like a brand new person.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. There are some people who literally have never been to like a professional barber. I know it because they talk about it on some of these, videos that I watch. Are like, oh, my mom's always cut my hair.
Yeah.
Is there a certain proper etiquette that these men or women should use when they come sit in your chair?
Explain a little bit more on that. What do you mean by etiquette?
I mean, should they come with their hair already a little bit clean? Don't be coming with the hair a little nasty, a little gross.
Okay.
Just keeping it G.
Nah, yeah, 100%. We got to keep it real with everybody.
And it's not to throw shade. It's just giving them tips or pointers, because some people may not know.
Absolutely. I mean, I like to tell everybody, just be clean in general. When you come to see a barber, my hands are on your head.
Sure.
My hands touch the food that I eat, so you definitely got to come in with a clean head, please. Definitely take care of yourself. But, same thing as any barber, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's your mom cutting your hair, even if it's anybody regular cutting your hair, like, come in clean, relax, enjoy the service, but know what you want coming in the chair.
Okay, so that's another one. Have a good idea, or bring maybe a reference, a photo or something.
I think one of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody comes in my chair and I'm like, all right, man, how you doing today? Like, nice to meet you. I'm Tyler. What are we doing today?
Yeah.
And they go, well, I don't know. And then they sit there and look something up. It's like, nah, you're kind of cutting into my time a little bit, like, we got to get this going, you know what I'm saying? And it's nothing against you. It's nothing personal.
Sure.
It's just coming with knowing what you want, so I can give you the best look. And if you don't know what you want, and you kind of pick something quick off the fly and you don't like that haircut, that's not going to be on me. That's going to be because you didn't know what you wanted coming in.
Absolutely.
Prepare yourself for your barber,
Great tip. And that really definitely falls into the etiquette. Be prepared, know what you want, and if you don't know for sure, at least maybe have a couple photos and I see the guys do it like, well, I got a picture. Can I show you?
Yeah.
That gives you a good reference. Let me ask you this. If they want a particular cut, do you ever, if you feel like in your heart of hearts and your heart and soul that you maybe can't do it because they don't have enough hair on their head, or you just feel like that style is not for their facial structure, will you be honest and tell them?
Absolutely. I'm always honest with my clients. I never lie to my clients. I got to tell you straight up, like, and even my clients can vouch for this. There's been many a times where I would say, man, I'm not going to lie, that's not going to look right on your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they, almost back to the broccoli haircut, they want it super skin tight all the way up, and then they want it dangling down to their nose. Like, I'm sorry, that's not gonna look good. You're gonna look like one of them things on a cruises, like, when like you surfing on it, it's like, it just don't look good. So I'll be honest with them. I'll be like, yeah, we could do this look, but let's switch this up a little bit, and this is gonna bring this back. So what, like, for example, that haircut, let's cut it a little bit shorter than what you want it. Cut it a little bit shorter. It's gonna sit more on your forehead rather than your nose, and it's gonna give more structure to your face, and it's gonna give you more head shape. Haircuts go with head shape all the time. That's the most important thing.
I would want someone to tell me that. If I went and sat in a chair and I was like, I want this haircut, I'd want them to say, no, I don't think that's going to look right on you. Because really, once it's there, unless you just shave it off or something. Unfortunately for men, they typically have shorter hair, so it can grow back. But for a woman, it could be devastating.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, my mama got her haircut when we first moved out here. She went to my aunt back in Massachusetts her whole life. We came out here to Florida, and she got a haircut, and I don't think she was ever the same after that. I'm not gonna lie. She was hurting for a while. She was real upset with her hair. And then now she only sees my aunt. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely, because like I told you, I used to rock the Halle Berry, the short haircut. And that was one of my biggest fears when I moved from Florida, because I was going to, like I said, I had a barber, but he also did, he did women and men. Man, he used to have my hair laid, like the perfect blend. And I was like, man, what am I going to do when I move to Georgia? My first cut was one of my coworkers' sisters. He's like, oh, she's great. I drove an hour to her, and it was probably the worst haircut I ever had. It was very choppy and not blended. Yeah. I wanted to cry, but I was like, it'll grow back, But you're absolutely right, man. That could make or break it. It could be devastating for life.
No, it definitely can, especially like I've been in the same boat before I was cutting hair. I remember it was my birthday one time, and my dad wanted to get a haircut somewhere new, and I was like, nah, it's my birthday. Just take me to my barber. And he was like, you'll be fine. Went to the new place, man. I didn't even get a lineup. I was so upset. You know what I'm saying? I was hurting. But no, that's definitely something that, especially going to the barbers in the industry, like you need to you need to be able to have the skill set, and it's okay to be honest with your clients if you're uncomfortable cutting hair. I would rather say no to somebody that I'm uncomfortable with doing a certain hair type than give them a bad haircut.
Absolutely, because typically they don't talk about the good, they talk about the bad.
Exactly.
They'll be like, man, I went to this guy named Tyler, look at my hair. It's all,
mess it all up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's good. Like we as humans should know our limitations. If you feel like that's not something you're comfortable doing, just tell them. And I think that most people appreciate the honesty.
Absolutely.
What is the most challenging part of your job?
The most challenging part, I would probably say, honestly, is kind of just like dealing with different personalities. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like I'm still a human, so I'm taking in all that energy from people. Like I'm a big believer in you taking energy.
Absolutely.
So taking in the energy, like I said from earlier, like I got people coming in telling me, they just got diagnosed with cancer. People tell me they're getting a divorce. Their wife just cheated on them after years. You know what I'm saying? I had a dude the other day. Shout out to dude, but I just had a dude the other day who told me him and his wife just split up after 10 years. He was with her since he was 17. You know what I'm saying? So that, and they got kids and everything. So that, like, obviously it's not my life. So like, I'm not, devastated by it, but it still takes a toll. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a personable person. I don't like seeing when people, sad or down. So hearing that and kind of soaking that in, it's kind of just hard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to detox from it at the end of the day before you go home and bring that energy into your house,
That is the biggest facts ever, because that's exactly how I feel about being here. I deal with so many types of energies and personalities that there are some days I leave here drained.
Yeah.
And I've even cut back on the amount of interviews I do per day, because I feel like by the time I get to that 5th or 6th one, I don't have the energy that I had in my first interview, because sometimes it becomes draining. So now max I'll do is 3 per day.
Wow.
Good
for you though.
Yeah, because I kind of know my limitations of how I'm going to feel 6 hours in. I'm mentally drained.
And as you should. That's kind of with every business owner. Like you got to know your limitations. You got to know and understand where you're coming from. And at the end of the day, you are a business and you work for yourself, and it's okay to take that break and it's okay to take that minute to yourself. Because if your mental's not there, your skill won't be there.
That is facts. So I typically will break my days up. Like I'll do 2 or 3 early in the day, and then I'll take this gap, and then around 7:30 I'll start back and do a couple more interviews. So that's awesome. Gives me that refresher. Sometimes I'll catch me a little nap in between. I ain't gonna lie, I love to take a nap. But you're right, we have to know our limitations, because we are human too. And like you said, sitting down, I'm an empath, so I feel people's energy, and like you said, energy can be transferred and stuff. So someone comes and sits down and they start pouring their heart out to me, I'll want to cry with them, because I feel their emotion. Definitely. What is the most rewarding part of your job?
As a good one, I think the most rewarding part of my job is just seeing people with a smile. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had people, even just like making an impact on people's lives. Like I love helping people out. Like that is my biggest thing. Like if I could guide you to a better life, obviously I'm not the one who does that. But if I could guide you and maybe give you advice on how to better your life, or if I could guide you maybe to God, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest thing. Like if I could bring people to Christ, that's the biggest thing. But being able to impact people and being able to just show people the love and just see how it affects people in their lives. And, I had somebody reach out to me the other day. Yo, man, I just got my EMT license. Like, you helped me get here. And it's like, I didn't help you get there, but you feeling that way impacts me, because
100%.
I had growth on you, and I love that.
To me, it sounds like you are truly living your purpose.
Thank you.
You are living your purpose, and it's to help other people. Absolutely. Not just by making them look good, but also making them feel good too.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. That is what it's all about right there.
Thank you. Absolutely. I agree.
100%.
I agree.
Do you want to, at some point in time, take this to that next level, whatever that next level looks like for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I think every barber's goal is to open up their own barbershop.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't just want a barbershop. I want that to be the foundation of everything else that I do.
Yeah.
And when I do open up a barbershop, it's not just going to be any barbershop. Like, it's going to be different. I think, and I don't think I've ever told nobody this, but I'm going to just say it.
Yeah, say it.
Why not? My goal for when I open up a barbershop, I want to open up a detail shop with it.
Okay.
You getting a haircut, you get your car detailed.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of goes hand in hand. Like if you're on a Friday night, you know what I'm saying? What do people do before they go on a date?
Man.
They get a haircut, you know what I'm saying?
And get their whip cleaned up.
Get your whip clean, you know what I'm saying? Pick the lady up, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But that's definitely a big goal of mine. And then after that, buy properties and all that, grow.
That is... Man, you might want to get that and trademark that. Don't be trying to steal his ideas.
Copyright.
Yeah, facts, because you're right. Because, one of the things that I don't like doing is going and having just sit somewhere. For example, getting your oil changed.
Yeah.
This is boring. But if they're getting their haircut, that's entertaining their time as their car getting detailed. So boom, 2
Save
for one.
Save yourself time. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing.
That's a great idea. Would you? So do you feel like you would want to open it up in the area you're in?
I mean, most definitely. So right now, the area I'm in actually has like a lot of car washes. I was noticing that. Like, we building a lot of car washes.
Florida, so that makes sense.
But I don't think I've ever heard of an area with a barbershop, detail shop at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it has never, ever been something that I've heard. So if I could do that in the area, especially the area where I'm at, because it's growing, it's expanding, I think that's going to bring a lot of people to it.
Totally agree. I think that's a phenomenal business idea.
Absolutely.
Get that business plan together. Go
Yes,
call up one of the banks and get that loan popping.
Absolutely.
100%. That is really, really dope. Other things that you're working on, you said real estate would be something you'd want to do later on down the road. How important is it to you to, at some point in time, expand and have multiple hustles rather than just, your day-to-day as being a barber right now?
So that's very important to me, especially like I'm pretty young, so I want to be able to, if I'm 30 and I want to retire, I want to be able to do that. Obviously, I'm not going to retire at 30.
Sure.
But I want to be able to have the option to do that. I want to be able to set myself up to where I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm able to go and I'm able to buy those properties and, invest in it and invest into real estate or whatever it may be, I'm going to do that because I want to be able to set myself up and my kids and, my family and everything like that.
Man, you have got such a good head on your shoulders.
I appreciate you.
Listen, and this is something I try to preach a lot. As an entrepreneur, there is no retirement plan in place.
Absolutely.
We don't work for this big Fortune 500 company where we're getting a 401k and they're matching what we're putting into it. As an entrepreneur, that doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
You can get into the stock market, but it's very, very risky. You have to find other ways to generate that income to put away, because you don't want to have to work until you're 70 years old.
And that's the thing. I feel like people don't really understand, like, oh, you got that little business, like you chilling, you doing your thing. Like, nah, you work harder when you got your own business because you're not working for nobody but yourself.
Facts.
And you don't want better for nobody but yourself.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And barbers don't get that, health insurance, eye insurance, 401k. Like, you got to do that yourself. So how hard are you going to work to be able to put the money away for that?
That is facts. That was one of my toughest thing when I transitioned as a full-time entrepreneur. I'm like, dang, that health insurance is expensive. Because I was used to getting it through my company.
Yeah.
Same thing with retirement. Like, it's a little bit more difficult because even though we work a lot of hours, there's a lot of stuff, outside of personal living. Like you said, your business, your supplies, your
Absolutely.
chair, you got to sit people. All that costs money.
Absolutely.
So I love that you got the mindset of, hey, at some point in time, because you're still young, but at some point in time, I'm going to start generating these extra incomes.
Yes.
What do you feel like separates you from a lot of other barbers out there?
All right. So I get asked this question a lot. And I love when people ask me because it's like, all right, I'm ready. But I think what separates me from other barbers is when you come in my chair, you're not just going to get a good haircut. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will get a good haircut, but you're also going to get a good conversation, right? Like, I try to relate to everybody, whether, you got a lot of car guys out there. I like to talk about cars, you know what I'm saying? But I like to talk about a personal level. And a lot of my clients, I speak about spiritually as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see you grow as a human being. I want to see you grow as a man. I want to see you grow in life. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to find your purpose? I know you're going to find your purpose through God. So if I could help you with that, if I could help you, just become the best person you can be, and even if it's just make you laugh that day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to do that, You're
truly out here changing people's lives.
Thank you.
There are people who probably wake up in a bad mood because something happened.
Yeah.
They come sit in your chair. They probably leave a different person.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of people come in, feeling down. And, I just had that conversation. They open it up to me. And, they just, afterwards, they show me love because, I see the difference in them. Like, I had one dude tell me him and his girlfriend broke up. He was a walk-in, actually. And he came in, I had time, so I took him. And he was telling me, me and my lady just broke up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going through a lot right now. And, we kind of just started having that conversation. We interpreted, like, we added God into the conversation. Sure. I just told him, like, just talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Sit down with her. We kind of just started breaking it down into detail. And maybe an hour after he left, he was like, man, she just texted me and we had a great conversation. Like, I appreciate you for helping me out. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And I was like, man, Like, that's love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad you're able to do that. Like, it's nothing on me. I just want to see you happy, you know?
Yeah, he's out here saving relationships, y'all. Like, y'all might have to start paying him a little extra for these therapy sessions.
Nah, never that. That's all from love. Come on.
No, that's super dope, though.
Yeah.
I love that about you. It sounds to me like I'm an empath. Like, I feel other people's, emotions.
Absolutely.
Sounds like you kind of are on the same thing, too. Like, you can feel what they're going through. Like, that's not a bad thing.
No.
Because it allows you to relate to them and have a good conversation and maybe guide them in the right direction. Sounds like what you're doing, 100%.
Absolutely.
Sounds like you're definitely doing all the right things. But let me ask you this, because we all have to hold ourselves accountable.
Absolutely.
What do you feel like is something maybe right now you could work a little bit harder on, whether it be in your business, personal life, if you don't mind sharing?
Personal life, I got anger issues. So I got to calm my anger issues down. That's for sure. But I want to say my business, probably, I definitely want to market myself more. Like, I want to push more videos out there, social media wise. You know what I'm saying? I kind of been slacking on it.
Yeah.
So I definitely got to push my social media out there more, because that definitely helps me grow, definitely gets me the clientele. And doing this is going to help me too, so I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely just marketing myself, you know?
Listen, I think we all can work on that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Even though I do this, I still feel like I need to post more content. And it's like I said, I follow a couple of these other barbers. Some of them, I don't even know their name. I just see them when they come down my timeline. And I'll watch their videos and they'll ask their clients, how did you find me? TikTok, Instagram. So yeah, it's a great marketing tool for you.
Yeah, I ask all my clients, every new client that comes in my chair, I ask them, I say, listen, how did you find me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you do to find me? And a lot of it is Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Reels, I was scrolling on my For You page, and that's why I want to grow with it, you know?
Absolutely. Do you typically ask them, do you mind if I film this cut or whatever?
Yeah, so a lot of the time, so I don't usually, I probably should do this more to be honest, but I don't usually do client, like, conversations, you know what I'm saying? I have a videographer. He comes in, he takes the videos of me, he edits all my videos.
Okay.
But I do make sure beforehand that it's okay with the client, that they are on film. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. I don't want them to feel nervous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially a lot of people get a little camera shy. So I do like to make you comfortable in my chair, and I do like your comfort is the number one thing for me.
Absolutely.
So I do ask them beforehand, yes.
And I think though, if you start posting a lot more on social media and they find you on social media, they're going to come in there with that mindset of, I'm going to be on camera today.
Yeah, facts. Like, maybe he wants to record me.
Exactly. Which you still can ask, but I feel like it'll be kind of just that known. It's the elephant in the room. Are you going to record me or not? Yes, because I found you on social media, obviously recording somebody. And I think most people will understand because it helps you grow your business.
Absolutely. It definitely is a big business grower. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the things that's helped me. You know, for example, like when my shop owner had reached out to me through social media. He heard a lot of good things about me and, see me on social media, like my work, and it's a portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a free portfolio for you.
Absolutely. Got one last question before we tell them where to follow you at. Any young aspiring barbers out there, what advice would you offer them?
Stick to it. That's the biggest thing. Is stick to it. You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing, where early in the game barbers kind of mess up is not sticking with it, and it gets very demotivating in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It took me 3 years to develop a full clientele, and that's a very long time.
Yeah.
Stick to it. Stick with the game. Put your head down. Understand that not every day is going to be full. You know what I'm saying? If you get one person a day, that's going to fill your book in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's better to get one new person than no new people. So you kind of got to stick with it. Stick with the hustle. Stick with the grind. Just understand that it's a process and you will get there.
Man, that's the best piece of advice you could ever offer, because it's 110% the facts.
And put God first too. That's the biggest thing.
Please put God first. 100%. Absolutely, man. Thank you for that advice, because I think a lot of people probably need to hear that.
Absolutely.
Because there are times where you can be in this for 10 plus years and it's still, you're going to have them off days, and that's just what it is.
Yeah. Especially even now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a good clientele. Like, I'm doing haircuts every day, but I still get them days where it's like, damn, I only got 3 people today. You know what I'm saying? But it's part of the game.
100%. Absolutely. For people who are interested in following you on your socials, where can they follow you at?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Tyler the Authentic, and she'll put it in the bio, I'm sure. And you can find me over there. Hit me up on Instagram, DM me for haircuts, for any advice. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. I want to see you grow. And that's all, you know what I'm saying?
Are you on TikTok as well?
No, I'm not on TikTok. So I deleted it when they got rid of it, so I couldn't download it again.
It's back in the store now.
Is it really?
I think so, because I know CapCut's back in the store.
Oh, dang.
Which is owned by TikTok.
Yeah. Dang, I gotta look into that now. Thank you for telling me that.
Of course. Listen, because I don't use TikTok often, but I use CapCut. And it's crazy because I didn't know CapCut was owned by the same people. So I was devastated when my CapCut went away. But CapCut's back in the store. So I think maybe TikTok, I don't know, we'll have to look and check.
Yeah, we will.
So he's coming back to TikTok soon.
Coming back. Coming real soon.
Absolutely. Who do you want to give thanks to for just supporting you, loving on you throughout your journey?
First, God. You know what I'm saying? God first. He, without him, I am nothing. And I will always put Christ before me. And that's the biggest thing. Praise the Lord. My parents, you know what I'm saying? My biggest supporters. I love them. My family, and all the barbers that, kind of helped me grow. Shout out Noel. Shout out Daryl. Shout out Tyler. Tyler. You know what I'm saying? The other time, my bad. I'm thinking to myself. Shout out Lenny, the man who provided me with my house now. I'm able to move to Florida and grow. And just a lot of good people in my circle. I'm very blessed. So thank you guys, and thank you for supporting me and even my clients. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you all.
Absolutely. And shout out to yourself too.
Thank you.
Man, you are like, no shade to other people out there, but at 19 years old, man, like you have so much wisdom and so much ambition. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
100%.
I appreciate you.
Keep going. I can't wait to talk to you again in 6 months to see where you're at.
Thank you.
We're going to talk on the in-between time.
100%.
But 6 months from now, even a year from now, you never know. Next year, 2026 could be the year you got your own shop. You never know.
That's my goal before I'm 21. So
there you go. And it will happen. We're manifesting it.
God's plan. Absolutely.
Actually, there was one more question that I did not ask. I'm going to throw it in there real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Who would be somebody you would love to have come sit in your chair and you could cut their hair?
Oh, you talking about a celebrity?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question because I like to talk to celebrities. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, my girl Casey. That's my dog.
Yeah.
I love cutting her hair. But I think somebody I would love to have in my chair. Damn, that's a real good question. I ain't never think of that. I'm not gonna lie, probably Vic Blends. I'm not gonna lie, just because it's like he's in the industry. You know what I'm saying? That's someone who I used to watch and study when I was coming up in the game, and I was able to kind of grow and learn skill sets from him. And I like his mindset. You know what I'm saying? Just like me, he's young.
Yeah. And
he has a drive and he has passion. He puts God first, and I like that and I admire that. And that's somebody I would just love to have in my chair and be able to pick his brain a little bit and, understand.
And he's definitely very spiritual as well.
Yes.
I hear him talk about Vic Blends. If you're ever in Florida, the best barber in the whole state of Florida is right here. Tyler the Authentic.
Tap in.
Plug it in.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to Vic Blends, definitely.
Yeah,
My very last question. We are live. Industry's Most Wanted.
Let's go.
What makes Tyler the Authentic the industry's most wanted barber?
I stand out from every other barber. You know what I'm saying? You're going to come in my chair, you're going to have a good conversation, you're going to walk out with a great haircut and a smile on your face, and I guarantee that to you. If not, you get your money back. I don't care.
I love it. I love
100%.
it. I love your energy.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. Only thing you're going to change is you're going to level up.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Appreciate you being here today. It was a great conversation.
Absolutely.
100%.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We out of here, y'all.
Peace out.